Hey Soul Family, welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. This is your cosmic weather forecast for the full moon in Sagittarius, May 23rd, 2024. So I'm going to wait a little bit, see how many people want to hop on and see how you've been feeling. Okay, preparing to the full moon. The full moon is 14 days after the new moon. Our new moon was all about this intention to almost like revamp, rebrand yourself, your dreams, your vision, okay? And whatever process we're going through together, okay? Now we're culminating to the full moon, okay? And I want to share this with you guys. With some of you, maybe you don't know, but that's something that I don't know if it's well known, but it's something that I channeled as far as the feminine and masculine energy within a chart, okay? So we know, and maybe some of you don't know, but this is the rising, so the sun is going to rise all the way here. So this is the midheaven, this is culminations, usually around noon, and then going down, setting, and this is going to be nighttime, okay? So when that happens, hi everyone, when that happens, what I've noticed is this part of the chart, if you have a lot of planets here, this is all going to work with the conscious self. This is things that are seen to the eye. When this phase here is more like nighttime, so this is more subconscious. So this is what's happening in the full moon in Sagittarius, and you're seeing there's a lot that's going on above the surface. So a lot of things that your reality is going to show you, except that the moon is here, okay? So in the subconscious aspect, especially towards the point, which is the DC where the sun is setting, and that's more like one-on-one relationship, okay? And that means that here, sixth house energy in Sagittarius, we are going to be called to pay attention to our desires and the things that in the vortex of our intentions, the desires that you've planted. We've been seeing that there's a revamping. That means there's a process of weeding out the things that no longer serve you. Okay, so when you're here, there's going to be a lot of things that we want to remove out of this portion of the conscious self. Now, we talked about the above and the below, conscious, subconscious. Now let's talk about your brain hemisphere. And that means from this part, all the way to the IC, okay? This is the right part of your brain hemisphere. And that means that some of you, if you have a lot of planets there, or here we're seeing there's some planets, this is going to be the creative self, this is going to be the yin, this is the feminine aspect. So feminine aspect of the chart, and we're seeing that really all work with this full moon is going to be centered on the masculine aspect, but the parts that are conscious, but yet there's a lot of 12th house. So kind of things that we're doing that we can't help ourselves doing because of certain things that we have rehearsed over and over again, okay? So that makes total sense as far as when you're in an intention cycle with the moon. So we're working with the back of your third eye, okay? So we're doing 28 days. Now we're midpoint of revisiting our dreams and vision. And now what we're being called is to clear up the vortex, okay? So you are a vortex, you are a spiral of energy, okay, that is emanating this vibration. And a lot of things that you are doing that you think are conscious and totally in control of, we're going to be highlighted about the things that are being rehearsed and repeated and that we need to upgrade, okay? So especially what's funny is that this sun here in the first degrees of Gemini is very much about your own principles. And that means that some of you, you're going to want to revisit what your principles are based upon. Like, is this something that you were told is the right thing to do or the right thing to feel? Because there's a lot here in the subconscious, okay, that is being activated. So some of you, if you're new to the channel, I add some asteroids that are goddesses energy. I was highly activated by those points, and I love working with those goddess energy to help the feminine energy, the feminine intuitive within the self, whether you're masculine or feminine gender, to rise. So supporting your feminine, your intuitive aspect. Hi, Garrett. So yesterday I was feeling exactly this energy, not knowing yet. I had looked at this, but it did not really hit home until I experienced the energy. So some of you, if you don't know, a lot of my explanation and teaching of astrology is based on the emotional patterns, because that's why I think it's useful, is to kind of help us work through the layers of the heart and open up the magnetic field so we can start envisioning a greater vision. So a lot of empaths resonate with this type of teaching or explanation because it's more something you feel. So let me tell you what you might be feeling that is going to be super enhanced because it's creating a finger of God. Okay, so a very sharp energy that feels like, okay, but that can feel like, okay, or that can feel like, okay, depends on how you're going to allow this energy. And it looks like this. Okay, we have a little base, and you see those dotted green lines? Boom. And they're going straight to the midheaven. This is your public life. Now, next to the public life, there is the asteroid Ishtar. This is your feminine energy. And right now, she's in the degrees, those degrees of Aquarius. Aquarius is the way shower. So it's showing you the way towards your public life. So some of you, if you've been looking for your purpose, okay, there's some energy trying to guide you to remove some of the things you've been rehearsing and believing. And the goddesses that are going to support us are Medusa and Lilith. And okay, and we have here in the middle, kind of helping with this energy, Nyx. Nyx loves astrology, so she's one of the first one that got activated in my chart. Okay, and here Nyx is helping you. So astrology right now, tarot, any type of esoteric practices is going to help you to see what is meant for you and how to renew this path, how to open up those gateways. I don't know, sometimes my body just does some weird stuff. Medusa right now in the degrees of Cancer is helping you feel your ideas, feel what you're being called to do. Hi, Jordan. And here we have Lilith in the last degrees of Virgo that is actually calling you within. Yesterday I posted about Lilith's medicine. Lilith doesn't want to save you and is saying nobody can save you. You're the medicine. When I channeled this, I was like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable sometimes. And yes, it will feel uncomfortable because the full moon is coming and kind of like showing certain things, and it's going to show you different things according to your path. Okay? Oh, thank you so much, my dear princess here. So as we're feeling this, so yesterday I have been starting a meditation temple this week to support the cosmic facilitation of that breath, of this type of dance. For some of you, if you are struggling with aligning with those things, so I started opening back what I call my meditation temple. And there was a lot of things that I was wondering, should I do this reading for this? Should I do? And it felt heavy, heavier, and heavier. And I was like, okay, I'm going to decide to do this. And the decision made me feel heavy. Okay? That's Medusa. Okay? So then I was just like, okay, Audrey, sit your ass down, meditate on this decision, and right away everything kind of cleared up. It was like, no, we're in a different phase. We're revamping the vision. Kind of realize some of the things that were helping you, Audrey. And I just shifted my decision. And all of a sudden, I just came out of my meditation. I'm like, I got it. I know what to do. I know what to do. And I felt delightful. Which ultimately, that's what you're going to feel, is that Lilith is going to help you figure out exactly what is your medicine. And Medusa is going to act as a balance, a scale, and telling you if this feels heavy, it feels like too much, it feels like you have to do more, F that. Sorry. Don't do more. That's not a moment, that's not a time where you're being called to do more. You're being called to do things that are in alignment with more of your beingness. Okay, and that, I think this is where the shift is happening collectively, where becoming more in alignment with your higher self is actually more fulfilling on so many levels. So we have to do less and actually receive more. Okay, so there's just a recalibration of those balance right now that is super active and super present. So some of you, that's one thing. If you're feeling a lot of hesitancy towards some of your goals, towards some of your achievements, towards some of the things that you want to do, and you're like, should I do this? Should I do that? Go within. You're going to feel that scale. This is very much happening right now. And I'm going to tell you, this is super enhanced. Because just with the sun that is trying to show you what are the principles you have to go by, which should be yours, the ones that is ancient. You have a shaman within, you have a healer within. You know, I'm just here to facilitate some of the messages, but you have that within yourself. What's interesting is just next to the sun we have right now for this full moon, very exciting, a merge between Venus and Jupiter. So your desires and the things that you're meant to create in this lifetime is going to be obnoxiously felt. So some of you, it's almost like, oh, you're trying to forget about this dream or this goal. You're not going to be able to, because realize that you are the results of thousands and thousands of generations that have been working as a soul group to manifest a certain outcome. You're part of that. With the gifts and the challenges, okay? But know that this full moon is supportive of this realization, is supportive of manifesting more love. And we have all this cluster here, okay, that is in opposition with this moon. This moon, some of you I actually know. I know some people that have exactly some placement here, okay? I'm not going to give names, but you want to pay attention to your interaction with the moon. So for example, if you have first degrees of Sagittarius in your chart, this is going to be hard, I don't want to say hardly, but this is going to be felt. How to manifest in this full moon? Well, listen to the guidance and then just soak it in and see what it tells you. Because really this is, to me, manifestation is something you do every single second. You're a result of a vibrational machinery. I don't know, we don't see watches like that anymore, but the old Swiss watch, it's wheels and wheels and wheels and wheels and wheels working together. When I work with astrology, I work with wheels and wheels and wheels. So you have to understand that every second you're in that process of manifestation. So what it's showing you is that this culmination is going to be more about removing and clearing your vortex of desire. So some of you, okay, if you want, I have a giveaway for this full moon. So that's for my subscribers. I think you have an option here. Okay, I love doing this because I know that the people that need the message are always just blown away. Those are like my giveaways are usually my best readings because I love how spirit meets, you know, that winner. But also, if some of you want to join the meditation temple, I have a weekly access because this morning I was channeling the meditative practice of clearing this pathway, and especially because this is a lot of past lives, this is a lot of like inherited stuff, subconscious stuff, but there's also all the ancestral medicinal stuff in there. So we want to clear the pathway for you to kind of get the medicine, get the answers. And I've been rehearsing what I call a vortex type of breath work technique that works with the golden ratio. So we're literally creating a spiral. And what was interesting is that I've been planting my garden, and I just recently bought some copper sticks, okay? So you can put the sticks and you spiral around the stick and then spiral out, okay? And you can even put a crystal. And what it creates is a magnetic field. It's an anti-bug. It creates more growth. And I could not believe, like this morning, now I'm just doing this technique and I'm seeing myself as a plant with my little copper stick and just being like, extract. So expelling all the stuff in the vortex of my creational beingness, extracting this out in order then to create that field that is more in alignment with where I'm supposed to go. And here we have a lot of support here. Ishtar is also about your desire. It's Aphrodite in some, you know, different version of expression of Ishtar. This is about creating your desires, and there is this strong renewal. So we're really in a phase that's alchemical, that you're going to feel it. So when you feel the discomfort, just go within. The goddesses are here to help. You can see here, there's what is called a grand cross. If some of you have this in your chart, that brings a lot of growth. And we see that there's a lot of growth when we actually go within and connect to this full moon, because you're seeing the full moon is involved in that grand cross. And there's going to be emotion. So now it's interesting with the square. It's very matrix-like. It's going to help you clear the vision. Right? Like this. Yes. Well, you know, you have to try it and see how that works for you. I know that personally I resonate very much with it. Okay? So that's what I have for this full moon. I trust that the ones that needed to receive those energies and kind of feeling through this have received everything they needed at this time. If you need personal guidance, you can go and check out my link. If you want to participate in the free giveaway, you can subscribe. And then for the ones that want to meditate, I'm going to hold that space for this vortex clearing tomorrow evening. I have to set up the time, but it's going to be around like 5 Pacific time, PST. Okay, 5-6 p.m. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being part of my journey. I am honored, humbled to serve. Namaste.